Now, Poncho, there's a lot of people's question, especially in this day and age. Where are the men of God at, and where are the boys at? Well, first of all, DJ Blazin, I'm sorry. Apparently, these questions so poor sometimes because I'm sick right now. But the men of God and the boys, where are they at? 80% of them, there's nowhere to be found. There's still a good 20% in the world. They're still fighting. They're still doing the Lord's will and doing the Lord's work. For example, Pastor John Gray, he's one of the real men of God that's still doing good. Lecrae, Ron Carpenter, I can give you a billion names of myself that are still doing the Lord's will. And then there's some out there that is not doing God's will at all. That's just playing around with the church. It's just playing in the world. And it's time for us men of God to bring the men and boys back into the church house. Because let me tell you something. The men and boys are the household or the house of the church. But the reason why that women are getting called to pastor, or getting called to preach, and getting called to do everything in the church is because us men is out here sleeping around with different women, is sleeping around with other women, is out here just not caring about anybody but ourselves. And we need to change that, because there comes a point in time where the men of God and the boys are going to have to come to the house of God eventually and be the heads of the households again. And I got news for you. If the men of God and the boys are not going to be in the house of God, then God's going to let somebody else be the head of the church or head of the household or whatever. God's going to use whatever he has to use to get his word around. And trust me, God will use whatever he has to use to get the word around. So if us men of God and the boys is not going to be in the church house in a couple of years, well, in the next generation especially, we're going to be in trouble.